So we're going to do a portrait drawing from observation. I want to show you exactly the same process as we did on a simple object. So the first thing, what you're going to do, the first thing I'm going to see where I'm going to put the object. Right now is the person. You're going to see that, okay, I'm not measuring yet. I'm just like a drawing to get an idea of where I'm going to put, and I'm keep looking at him and try to get an idea how this is going to look like and what you're going to include and how big you want it to be. And it looks like a little bit too big, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So this is a very important step, because if you are having the objects a little bit too big or too small, it will affect how the drawing will look like at the end, right? It's a masterpiece. You need to really pay attention to how big you want it to be and where you're going to put it. And also important, what you're going to include. Like say, are you going to include the hands? Are you going to include the background? And all those you need to consider at this step. And I think I would get an idea, this is going to be the face. If this is what you decided, I would like you to think a little bit deeper, because there's no such thing that you're going to back and forth. And why don't you do it right now? It's much easier to do it right now to fix the size. Okay, now it's good. Now I know this is the top, this is the chin, like this. Based on my rough drawing, I know this. This could be the ear, I'm not quite sure. So I need to measure those things. So right now, like a throw over here, I can change it later. So I'm going to make this a little bit softer. This is fine. Now I'm going to start measuring. Say the top over here, the chin over here. Now I'm going to find out from the nose over here. Say I'm going to set it, the nose could be over here. And compare to the nose to the back of your head. Compare to the top to the chin. The tip aligned to the top of the hair. My thumbnail to the bottom of the chin. Now I'm going to measure it. Oh, and actually, almost the same. The top over here to here, it's a little bit longer than over here. So how much longer? I try to remember it. A little bit, not much. It's about this much. Like from here to here, it's about from here to the bottom. You just need to get a rough idea. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this part, I'm going to rotate it. Now, from the left, wow, it's amazing. That's just like that. That's just the top right here. So that means the turning over here, it's just like that. So if you do that again and again, practice that, and your instinct would be very accurate. But I have to show you, everyone should go through this. Now we already know the nose over here, if the nose over here, the back over here, in order to get the correct proportion from the top of the head to the chin. Okay, that's good. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to divide from the top of the hair to here into some proportion. Now I got it. And actually, interesting. I can divide it over here. You just have to look for a way to divide it. And have to over here divide into 4. Divide into 4, I usually divide into half first, and then another half over here, another half over here. So you know what? I find that this is the eyebrows. From the top over here to here, it's actually hair. And can you see 1, 2, 3, 4? And this is the bottom of the nose. Okay, this is good. Now I find that this is the eyebrows over here. And then the eye is about 1/3 from here to the nose. So the eye on here is about right over here. So getting the correct proportion and the location of those parts. And I see that this is the angle of this. And now the forehead is coming up like this. And then the hair coming up over here. Oh, that's good. Now, something I need to find out, where's the back of the ear. That's very important, but it's just easy. From what I see now, from here to here, the middle of it is actually the sideburn. Okay, it's good, perfect. I get the sideburn over here, and now this is the sideburn. You see how easy to divide it from big shape to smaller and smaller shape. The sideburn over here, do you know what? The back of the ear, just the middle from here to here. It's perfect. I cut in the middle, so this is the back of the ear. But okay, that's good. Where's the top of the ear? What's the bottom of the ear? Do you know what? I show you a little trick. The top of the eye over here, that is the top of the ear. You got that. And the bottom of the ear, just a line from the nose coming over here. That's the bottom of the ear, right here. Okay, now see. And this is seeing the details in the ear right over here. Like that. Got the ear right over there. Okay, this is good. Now all you see the nose, and I can draw the triangle. From here, the actual triangle. Do you see the triangle? That's pretty good. There is a triangle. It's easy to find it. And over here is the shadow. We're right underneath. We're going to draw the nostril a little bit later. Okay, like that. Okay, now here is the shadow. I'm going to put a little shadow over here. Okay, that's good. Let's take a look at the whole shape, the whole angle from the forehead over here coming down like this, and then coming in a little bit, and then come out. That's a roughly, that's the idea. And the eye is right over here. And we're going to draw the detail of the eye later, not right now. Okay, now this is good. Now I'm going to see from the nose over here coming down, all the way to the chin, I can draw a little line, draw like that. You can see the angle coming down over here. That's good, right? It's good. Now where's the mouth? The mouth is right in between. I can see that. And actually the bottom of the border of the lower lip, and right in between over here, halfway, in between over here. And then I can draw a triangle right over here. Everything that you can see it as a simple triangle, as everything that's simple. Now I'm going to draw it over here. And over here, I'm going to cut a little triangle in here. Cut off a little triangle. Now it's right there. That looks like him already. It's simple, right? Now in the corner over here, a little shape coming over here. And then do a little shape like this. And then at the bottom over here has some shadow. That is a shadow shape, like this. And now let's finish it. Like that, a little triangle. And this line charcoal is a little bit trouble. So I'm going to use this compressed charcoal. The rest is just simple. Okay, let's do it. Now I'm going to come into the top over here and see a little big shadow on this side, and the light and hitting the top over here, so it's a little bit lighter. Okay, now I'm going to use my charcoal pencil, a little bit smaller. Okay, now I'm going to coming over here to find the outline. The same thing that you draw the outline on a simple object. Okay, now I'm going to come to the eyebrows over here and looking at the details. Okay. And looking at the bottom over here, and think the distance between this is a little bit about here. It's about here. And you can connect this to the wing of the nose and about that kind of angle situation. So I'm going to coming over here. If you already know all the big places, all the big proportion, and when you draw small items and the small details sitting in the middle of the big shape, it's very easy to draw those small details. Now I'm going to see over here the iris, like this, and the eyelashes. Sitting over here, I can see this is the shadow. And here we go. I'm going to see the eye, the shape of the eye, like that. and the lower eyelid, right over here. Take a look. Okay, good. Have some shadow underneath. Okay. Now this is good enough. I can blend it. You can use a blender to shade it. And if there's too much, you can use the eraser to soften it. This is how you create a lighter shade. Now we're gonna continue. Coming down over here, we already have the shadow over here. What I need to do over here is just get the shape of the nostril. Okay, coming over here, and on the bottom over here a little bit darker too. Okay, that's good. Now I can see a little detail over here. I can see this line coming out over here like this. And here we go. Now I can do the shape of the upper lip of the mouth. Now coming over here. Now you can spend some attention to those details to correct it. And look at that. They're coming down a little bit like this and make a little turn and coming over here. And those more things is very easy to define if you already have the correct proportion and the big relationship and already correct. Now I'm gonna come back to use my bigger tool, which is my compressed charcoal. Now I'm coming over here, and this side is the shadow side. Now it's good. The whole bottom over here a little bit darker. So good. So we're gonna finish this at no time. I'm gonna coming over here a little bit darker, and over here show a little turning like that. And take a look at the ear. On top over here, still a little bit darker, coming down like this. And take a look at the ear over here. And this a little bit darker. You see the shape changing. Okay. Going around, there's some shadow around the ear, like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna also finish the rest. Now it's good. The shadow. Take a look at the size of the neck. I think it's turning right over here. Now I'm gonna put the shirt on like this. Just a little suggestions. Okay, I'm gonna blend this a little bit, and then over here too. And I think this area a little bit darker. So I'm gonna blend the charcoal in here. And you can use a blender if you are really, really afraid of the charcoal. And you can do it. And give a little texture to the hair. Show a little movement, like that. Done.